Okay. Welcome back to the Total German Shepherd podcast. The intent of the German Shepherd dog is that of a working dog, balanced, efficient, able to move with minimum effort over prolonged periods. But if we were to follow the European show season this year, culminating at the German Sieger Show, which is now known as the World Sieger Show, you will see something else entirely. Short forelegs, bent spines, over-angulated rears, and young dogs so overdeveloped they look more like showpieces than actually working shepherds. So where did we as a community go wrong? And more importantly, what can we do to fix it? I am joined today by Mats Öhlund from Sweden, breeder of the world-renowned kennel Bismarkhof, to talk about the epidemic of poor proportions, the loss of functional forehand structure, and what it'll take to bring the German Shepherd back to its purpose as a true working dog. Stay tuned. This is a conversation every breeder, handler, and enthusiast needs to hear. So welcome to the podcast, sir.
Thank you very much.
How's the show season been for you this year?
It's been amazing for us this year. We have had some really good successes, and so I'm very happy with the show season. And we have a strong and good team with the good people. So yeah, I'm very happy with this year.
That's fabulous. And you bred German Shepherds for decades under your kennel name Bismarkhof. When you look at the entire show season, which concluded with the German Sieger Show or the World Sieger Show now, what's your immediate impression of the overall quality and direction of the dogs that were presented?
I would say we have, of course, some positive sides that are getting better, but we also have something we have to watch out for in the future. And that's what you talked about now in the beginning here, the proportions of the dog. For me, we have to think about that. If you go back to when I began in the middle of the 90s, 85% of our dogs were middle powerful dogs. And then maybe 10, 15 was powerful dogs. Today, I would say the top dogs in Germany are mostly the powerful dogs. I would say 80% is powerful dogs and 20 are middle powerful dogs. And of course, as we know, the German Shepherd dog should be a middle powerful dog.
So when we say powerful, we don't mean by the temperament. We mean by the bone strength, the size of the skull, so on and so forth.
Yeah.
So for listeners, how would you describe the average dog in the ring in this season and the seasons leading up to this one in the previous years in terms of type, structure, and expression?
I would say we have a little bit problem with over type in the heads. They are very powerful, many of the dogs, and the middle-sized dog looks too what should I say? They are not strong enough. And this is a problem, of course, when you look at the middle-sized dog and he has a very good head. It's not the size of the head, it's the shape of the head. And you don't want a German Shepherd with loose lips. And we have also a problem with deep dogs. They are now many times 50-50 bone length breadth. And this is, of course, for the workability, not correct for a German Shepherd dog. That's my opinion. So we have to watch out. It has gone very fast the last couple of years. So we really have to watch out what we do now in the future with that.
And as a recurring criticism, like you just said, is we are losing the correct proportions of the dogs. Length to height ratios and the body harmony and the height to depth ratios, like we just discussed. So the anatomical balance is completely out of whack. Do you share that concern? And as you just said you did, how do you think we can parry that and how we can get away from that? What should we be looking for to address that issue?
I think we should look for the dog, and of course the judges should judge the dogs that are has a middle powerful construction that has the type of heads that are. A German Shepherd should be firm, dry and firm in the body, and this is of course a thing that for us as breeders to look for, but also as judges to judge these dogs, that they get a higher place than, not the big, powerful dog. Today, I think I'm really going to get shit for this, but I think the last couple of years, we have bred dogs for China. And it's going in that direction now, with these powerful dogs, with these big, massive heads, with loose lips. And this is not what the German Shepherd is. And I really, really hope that the judges and the SV and the WSV takes this to heart, that we need to have the balanced dogs in the top and not just the powerful dogs. We need them both. It's not that we don't need both of them, but we need to accept that a middle powerful dog with a good head and a good head shape is enough. It should be enough to be absolutely at the top of the list on the Bundesliga-Zuchtschau. That's my opinion.
When we go back and look at dogs like Cello Homerau or Ihos Loisenstrasse or Eiko Keschenthal, I can confidently say that these dogs would never be even featured in the top 50 dogs.
No.
Let alone be winners. But these are the normal dogs that can work, that can run, that can continue all day, and they have the power to actually work instead of just standing there with their legs crisscrossed and the back sloping down, which screams pain to me when you're looking at it. Maybe the dog might not be in discomfort right now, but this cannot be conducive for a long life for a dog, for a long, healthy life. And the longevity is not there. There's no way. And are there any other examples that come to mind from popular bloodlines? I'm not talking about, naming current dogs, which is not important. Everybody can see the pictures online. But where you think from these popular bloodlines that have come down now, because this is not a problem that started yesterday or this year. This has been many, many, many decades in the making, like maybe 10, 15 years in the making. Where do you think one must conscientiously pull back, where this point really started going down, and where we can conscientiously pull back from these exaggerations to preserve the harmony of the dogs?
Well, I have to be honest, I think the SV has done good work when it comes to hind angulations. It's looking better. We have to be honest with that. It's going in the right direction on this.
Sure.
Of course, we have a lot to work to do, but still, when I look at it, it's coming down a bit and it's looking better and better. So that is the work that they've done. When it comes to breeders or that has more middle-sized, powerful dogs, a breeder like Erik Trentinare comes to mind when it comes to size and power. He has the middle powerful dog. He has a good size of the dog overall in his breeding. And so when it comes to that, I would say Duval Nozan.
Yeah. And where's the point where you think that we got away from the dogs from looking like normal working dogs into a bit of a caricature now, which was the start point which the downfall started?
I would say, if I should be honest, the problem, as I see it, is when we took away all the big dogs. We said we wanted a dog that is in standard in size. But we wanted to still have the dog with the 68 power, the head, the power, the bone structures from 68. But the dog you couldn't have him over 65. So when we did that, we pressured down the size, but the power is still there, and now we get the proportions wrong. We always had powerful dogs. The problem, the thing with the powerful dogs earlier, they were oversized. We can say that, this and this, but they were oversized. They had a lot of power, but they had still the right proportions, but they were oversized. And they didn't have the problem when you started to this dog, you still got the right proportions because they had the long bones and they were the oversized dog, but they had a lot of power, but the size was not correct. And I think that was what brought us to this place. Then when we pressured down the size, and then we say, yeah, but we want these heads, we want these big, powerful bone structures, and there we are today, and here we see the results for that after that.
And when we're looking at even the heads, even though these dogs had big heads like Ursus Batu or Jago Wildsteigerland with his big neck and all the substance and everything, these dogs still had the correct proportions of the head. They still had parallel planes in their heads. They had clearly and properly defined stops. And now we're seeing a trend towards these apple heads, like a Rottweiler type head with raised furrows in the middle, with the side ear placement with the longer flews and shorter muzzles. And to me, it spells disaster for a lupoid type skull as we're going more towards a mollusser type head. And people are incorrectly saying, "Oh, look at this powerful head." I mean, it's a deformed head. It's not a powerful head.
No, and it's like I said, it's not the size of the head, it's the shape of the head.
Absolutely.
And this is what is important. But now we are coming to a place where we're only looking at the size. You know, it's the bigger as better, the more power as better. And this is, of course, when you come today, you say, yeah, I have a middle powerful dog. Everybody, oh, what's middle powerful? Who wants that? You know, and that's a strange place to be, I think, in if we want to go forward, because everything, it has to do with, you know, it's the saying, German Shepherd breed is working dog breed.
Yes.
So, and that's something we have to have in our minds all the time when we breed the German Shepherds. I'm not saying I've not done wrong. Of course I've done wrong. Of course I've bred to dogs that are very powerful, but I have a very feminine females that need sometimes power from the males. And this is what I mean. We need them. We just don't need 80% of them. You understand? It's just so much now, and we need to be careful with what we do. And I hope I've spoken to many breeders about this over the last weeks, and everybody says the same. Yeah, you're right, but nobody discusses it. It's just that it's it's okay, it's right, but we need to address it, and then hope that people think about it, and maybe the SFAO and the WSFAO takes this to heart and makes something good with it.
People are always uncomfortable with the hard conversations where we're going, right? Everybody just wants to pat each other on the back and move forward to present a picture, an outward picture to everybody. But it's important, even at the risk of backlash, that we have to speak about this stuff, as you mentioned. And this was clearly evident this year with the overly mature-looking young dogs, as you mentioned. The adolescents shown these adolescent dogs that are not even yet 18 months old, with exaggerated musculature and overdeveloped heads. And how do we interpret this trend if they're already this developed at this young, tender age? Where are they going to be when they're 5-6 years old?
Yeah, that's a problem. That's how I see it also. We need to look at this, because we have dogs in the young classes that are more powerful than Ursus Batu was at 5 years old.
Yes.
You know? This is just how it is.
Yes.
And we need to address it, and we need to do something about it. Of course, you have some young dogs that are middle powerful.
Yes.
In the classes that are a little bit powerful, but not this type of power. But we have too many that are really, over-type dogs for me.
Right.
And the only way to the German sets the bar for the whole world. That's just how it is. So we all know it.
Yeah.
And if they start to look at this seriously, and they get these dogs that come higher, that are middle powerful dogs, then of course that's going to be a trend that's going to resonate in the rest of the world. But if we all breed, if the only dogs that are going high on the German Sieger Show are overtype dogs, then we all breed overtype dogs, and then we will get the problem with our workability on the German Shepherd, and for me, that's not the right way to go.
So how do you think this affects the long-term soundness and the career of the dog, both in sport and in family homes, as we slightly discussed previously? But also, when we think about it, the gene pool of these dogs is very, very, very concentrated. They all come in the two generations back from exactly not even the same family of dogs, the exact one dog, and the vicious cycle keeps repeating. So, what do you, in your opinion, is the long-term effect in the soundness of the dogs?
Well, I think for a home dog, it's not going to be a problem. I mean, a German Shepherd dog should not only be a home dog, but if you want a home dog, of course, a big, heavy dog will not make so much crash because it's going to be lazy. So it's going to be
Sure.
an easy dog to have at home. And so I think for a home dog, this is not a problem. But for a working dog, as a working dog, this is going to set a problem in the future. I mean, the bone length, the jump, where we have to go down to 60 centimeters if we don't watch ourselves, if they get
Yeah.
any deeper. And this is a problem. I think this can in the end be a real problem for the show line German Shepherd if we don't address this.
The breed standard, again, as you mentioned, calls for a medium-sized, well-proportioned, versatile working dog. And how do we reconcile what we're seeing in the Ziegler show with what is written in the breed standard? Why is there such a big disparity, in your opinion?
Well, it's the marketplace. It's just how it is. It's the what do the people want? And if you're going to sell a home dog, the most of the people here in Sweden want normal dogs, not over-angulated dogs, not
Right.
oversized dogs. They want normal, middle, powerful dogs with a good temperament. So this is the norm. But if you want to sell for a lot of money, then you have to breed for the market. And the market says that China wants big heads, powerful dogs. Yeah. And that's why we are going where we're going.
So the problem is not really that the market, so the market, though it's an artificial market when we look at it. It's a very small group of breeders and it's a very small group of buyers. It's a very niche market of buyers and breeders that are breeding these dogs to sell for large amounts of money, maybe 100, 200, 300,000 euros, for example, for a dog. And these are the dogs that also get the most amount of breedings, let's say 90 breedings a year, which are officially allowed. Then they move on to a different country where there's no such restriction. And they pump out thousands of puppies at the end of the day. And everybody gets to say, my father or my grandfather was a world champion or was a VA dog.
Yeah.
And you have literally thousands upon thousands of dogs. So like I literally have this conversation almost every day with people that say, "Oh, I want the champion bloodlines." It's like, what does that mean, champion bloodlines? All these dogs come from quote unquote champion bloodlines, but nobody is ever talking about the correct dogs, which are going to be long lasting, which are going to have healthy lives, which can be still efficient at 12, 13 years old and not have to be put down at 10 because the dog can't move anymore because his bone structure was too immense for him to sustain himself. And all we're looking to do is, maybe I'm rambling a little bit, but all we're looking to do is just breed for a niche market so a few people can be successful for the overall detriment of the breed. Is that where we are right now?
Yeah. I would say that's where we are right now. We are really in a place where we need to think about what we're doing, and of course, as I said, Germany sets the standard. And
Right.
if the first 5 dogs in every class are big, powerful dogs, yeah, and like I'm going to India soon, and in
Sure.
India, it's when I go there, they always ask me, "Why did you breed that dog? He was V16.
Right.
Why did you breed a VA1 dog? You had no people. You can breed a VA1 dog." Yeah, of course,
Yeah.
but the VA1 dog doesn't fit my female. It's not what I want for my female. And
Right.
this is how it looks in many parts of the world. Why don't
Yes.
you breed the SG2 dog or the VA1 dog or the VA? And of course, if you have these dogs in the absolute top in every class, these are the dogs that are going to come out.
Yeah. Well, that means the authorities are giving it the thumbs up that this is what we want for the future.
Yeah,
And
of course.
the breed standard can go to hell.
Yeah, breed standard, but I mean, I think of course, like I said, they in Germany they set the standard, and if the standard is set that every dog should be powerful, and it doesn't matter if they are 50-50 in breast deep and bone length, and yeah, then we are going to have these types of dogs everywhere in the world. We
Yeah.
don't have these type of dogs in Sweden yet.
Yes.
Yet.
Yes.
But in 3 years, because we all breed in Germany with top
Yes.
dogs.
Yes.
So in 3 years, we're going to have them here also.
It's a vicious cycle, indeed.
And this is how it is. And
Yeah.
the only ones that can change this direction is the SV. That's not, it doesn't matter if I do it in Sweden or the Swedish German Shepherd Club does it. It needs to come from the country where the dogs are mostly used. That's the country, also the home country for the German Shepherd dog, and they need to make this change.
I have resigned myself to a more libertarian view where you at the grassroots, you as in the collective you, at the grassroots, which is the individual breeders, must make the differentiation between what's quote unquote winning or winners and what is actually correct when we read the breed standard. And I've tried my best to not be a hypocrite and do what I say. So I've bred into my dogs were already very moderate. They were medium-sized, middle-sized dogs, medium bone. I never really cared for the really over-angulated or exaggerated dogs. But now I've started breeding into dogs from the working lines that I like the anatomy and the conformation of into my bloodline to integrate them, because all I see is a shortening gene pool, especially in the last 15 years. And I'm not sure if that's the way, but to make winning dogs, but it certainly seems to be the way to make correct dogs, which comply to the written breed standard, not what is set forth every year or as a direction. What would be your opinion on that?
Well, everybody needs to do what they want to do, and
Right.
it's like I said, I never breed a dog because of its placement on the German Sieger show.
Right, of
It's
course, yes.
That's important. I breed out after my females
Yes.
and my female line, and I know
Yes.
my female line quite well, so
Yes.
it works out for me.
Yes.
But don't just use the popular dogs. Look
No,
for
for
the
sure.
around them. And if you go back to the days with Fred Rumbachtal, you had
Yes.
Balak von Bruckner Ali, and you
Yes.
had in this Auslese class, you had 4
Yeah.
dogs that bite 5-5. And then
Yes.
you had Fire from Fichtenschlag. I think he went to the US later on.
Yes. He was in America, yeah.
Very, very positive dog in bite work. You had Larry from Bierstadterhof, also positive dog. So you had these dogs in these. Today, you don't have them.
No.
It's not. I looked at all the bite works on the German Shepherd Show, every single one, and for the top, absolute top dogs, you have some very good dogs that are doing a good work. Grim, you have Ronaldo, you have that, but you have no Fred Rumbachtal.
No,
you have
no chance.
And this is just how it is, and we need to go back there where we say that workability on a German Shepherd, health comes first, brains come second, and anatomy comes third.
Yeah, and then you're tight.
And and I think if we just come away from this, that a male needs to have a head like a mastiff to be a real male, then we will come a long way. I think we have still a lot to work for and a lot to work with, and I love what I do. I really do. I love it. I do it every day, and I love it. And I love this work with combinations and looking what the puppies go and how they grow up. But I think it's I want to change. I would not go into working lines with my show lines.
Sure.
But I want to change. I want to find the best dogs on the show line side to breed my females that
Yes.
are healthy, that are mentally stable, that
Yes.
have a good anatomy and like that. That's the work I want to do for
Yes.
us.
So mhm.
And that's that I think I think if breeders just look at it that way, look at the female that you have, because not all females can fit the VA1 dog. That's not
Right. Of
possible.
course, it's normal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So look at your female line, work out from that, and then get the results. I think that's the most important thing.
So to further expand on that, what exact responsibility do breeders and handlers bear in pushing young dogs into exaggerated development for show purposes, and what is the responsibility in an ideal world of the breeder to put out what type of dogs?
I think as breeder, of course, you have a responsibility what you put out on the market. That's of course it is. It's of course it is. It's your responsibility to try to breed healthy dogs that have workability, that are. If you're like me, a show breeder, then of course that the dog has a good conformation.
Yeah.
That's just it's your responsibility, and
Yeah.
you have to look at yourself and say that. Well, what do I want out of this? I think
Yes.
that's the most important thing, and I think if you look at normal people that buy 99% of the dogs or 95% of the dogs, they don't want this.
No.
When they see it, they come out on Facebook, they just you get hundreds of people that write, "Oh, it looks crazy. What are you destroying the German Shepherd race?" So of course we all understand that this is not what the public wants. This is
Right.
something that we have bred for a purpose and for selling it to China
Right.
or to other countries or other people that want these type of dogs.
Sure, absolutely. And as a
Yeah.
Swedish breeder, how much do you see of an influence of these trends influencing outside of, throughout Europe and even beyond the European borders?
Yes, like I said, the German sets the standard. It will
Yes.
take a couple of years, and that it will be everywhere. It will
So,
be everywhere, and we know it, of course. If you look at in the Balkan area, and they want these dogs. They want these powerful dogs, and they want the and then of course it's going to spread. This is for me normal that it will spread to every corner of the earth, and so we need to address it and hopefully do something about it.
so to expand further on let's say towards Eastern Europe, what are the regional differences where breeders are doing a better job of preserving the true European form? We can talk a little bit about the Swedish character test.
Yeah, we have the Swedish character test, and it's that's really good. The Swedish character test, the MH test, like we call it, and then we have that they do when they are older, that are even more. You see more of the dog. You pressure the dog more. You get more answers of the dog at the later stage if you want to do it. It's an MT, we call it,
Yeah.
mental
Okay.
test.
Yeah.
And the first one you see a lot. You don't train for it. It's not. You don't go to the woods and train the dog for the purpose that it should look good. You just go. You go and you can see if they have fears that they can't overcome, and you can get a lot of information on a dog, but a dog is not really interesting. What's
Right.
interesting is when you have done it for generations, because then
Yeah.
you can say that this female line keeps on producing dogs that have problems with shooting, problems with this fear factor where they get scared and they cannot come over it. And
Right.
so in generations, this is very interesting to see,
Yeah.
because you can really follow everything if you want to do it,
Right. Of
and
course.
because one dog can have a bad day and
Yeah.
doesn't really mean that much, but if you see
Yeah.
it in a litter and you come with seven dogs, they are like 1 year to 18 months, something like that, and you come with them there and you see this in the whole litter, or 5 of 7 or some, and then you see their offsprings and you see it still goes the same, then you have a good idea how you, and also for breeding, you can check this out and then see, okay, this is what we need to do with our dogs to get them better. We need to find a male that has this type of mentality to get this dog the offsprings better, and so it's a good tool, I think, for the dogs.
So the idea is not to just abandon the family; it's to again judiciously find dogs that would help improve what we have already currently.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then how do you ensure in your own kennel that you're not simply following trends, but protecting the breed's essence?
Well, we are all a little bit responsible for where we are today, so I cannot say that
Right.
it's all the time. But for me, and my wife, it's we sit and look at all the bite works every year, and we try to search for the dogs that that are a little bit better.
Sure.
That are a little bit stronger and has a little bit more heart when in the bite work, and that's the way I think we try to preserve it. And then of course we see the female line, how it's going in the next generation. Did it go well? Did we get what we wanted? But of course we have all taken a chance, and then you say when they are 1 year and you think, oh my God, this was not that great, but we did it because of that, or we did it because of that. But
Right.
and this is of course something that we all do as breeders. But
Yes.
we need to have a mindset from the beginning. This is what I want. This is what
Yes.
I want to breed. And then you just have to be honest with yourself and say that, this was not good enough. It was not good enough. So we have to do something else next time. We have to be more. We have to find better dogs. And that's, I think that's just be honest with yourself and your breed, and
Yeah.
then try to do the best work you can. And if you do that, you will succeed. It's not that the German Shepherd dogs are bad. That you
Right.
cannot find good dogs.
No,
Of
no,
course you
that's
can
not true.
find good
Yes.
dogs. So if you look for them and you find them and then use them, it's
Yeah.
just it's like this. I never used him, but this Asapsan, this what's his name? The one that was competing in the Bundesliga-Prüfung also last year.
Yes, I know which one you're talking about.
Yeah.
I'm blanking on the name right now too.
Yeah, it's for me also. I'm blacking out. And this dog is for me exceptional good working dog. He's a
Jim from
middle-sized
Messina.
Jim Messina.
Yeah.
He's a middle powerful dog. Has the right size.
Yeah.
He has a super workability.
Yeah.
And this dog you could have pushed up to FAU 5.
Auslese. Yeah.
Yeah, or Alfred or FAU 5.
Yeah.
So okay.
Yeah.
But
We
we
had
have
Balak from Zurbringer Rheinhau a few years back, like maybe 20 years ago. Yeah. With the same
you could,
qualities.
the same type of dog. And
Yeah.
now I saw a son to Jim in Finland.
Yeah.
He went to VA2 in Finland. He has been
Yeah.
a
I
VA1
remember we
last
spoke
year.
about him. Yeah. That's
It's
fantastic.
and he's a super dog. He's qualified for the Finnish IGP championship. He's
Beautiful.
pre-qualified, and
Yeah.
he was now 2 weeks ago on the championship in Finland. So these are the type of dogs we should look for a little bit more and
Right.
see if we can use it. And of course, if you have this ASAP line, it's hard to use Jim from Messina, but
Right.
these type of dogs are interesting for our breed, and these
Yeah.
type of dogs can also take the breed forward in structure and workability and what we want from a German
Yeah,
Shepherd.
yeah. There's also a thought, beyond just bite work, because there's some dogs that are really good or exceptional in bite work. They show tremendous fight and everything. But then these dogs are also hard dogs to live with. They're not really open dogs. You know what I mean?
No,
Like
yeah,
especially from the show lines. You cannot trust these dogs with other people. And then again, it becomes, this is a good biting dog, so it might not have good temperament, which is in some cases a real problem. I've seen bloodlines which can bring this forward. Don't need to name any names, but these are dogs that are skeptical dogs that are looking to pick up a fight, not necessarily because there was an initiated confrontation. They're looking for confrontation. And this is again something that people need to be very careful with. That they're not that they're bringing again about pairing. They're not that you're bringing your nervous, skittish female to a dog like this and thinking this dog will fix your problems. This dog will give you more problems.
Yeah. Well, when you talk about aggression,
Yeah.
aggression on a show line dog and a working line dog is totally different in most
Yes.
cases.
Yes.
In most
Yes.
cases,
Yeah.
a show line dog has not the heart to be angry
Sure.
at
Sure.
and a working class dog can be angry.
Yeah.
The show line dog is angry because he wants to, keep you in a distance.
Yeah.
So
The switching
it
drives
makes
is not so easy for the dog.
no. So
Yeah.
they get angry and they push you away.
Yeah.
But this is a little bit different for a show line dog and a working
Yeah.
dog, because the working dog is harder and have more heart. We have to
Yes.
be honest with that.
Yeah.
That's
They're
just
more
how it is.
resilient. They're more
Yeah.
resilient. Yeah.
Yeah. And you have to watch out with these dogs on show lines that have a high aggression,
Yeah.
because like you said, this can be a problem, because
Yeah.
you get there, you go there, the dog bites really good because he has aggression, and then you
Yes.
come with a little bit nervous female and you go there and you get that. It can be a disaster for the owner
Yep.
if you sell
Yep.
it to a normal family or
Yep.
so I think that's something, of course, we have to look for. But I wouldn't say that we have so many dogs today in the show line that has aggression. They all
Sure.
they all
Yes.
are trained over play drive, and you see it
Yes.
also on Sigi show that they're not pressing the figurant. They are
No. No.
or it's more fun,
Yeah.
the tails go and they think it's fun, and so I don't think we have a big problem with it. I wouldn't say
Right.
it. Of course, you have some dogs that have it, but the problem is quite minor in my mind, when
Sure.
I see it.
Sure. So, but when you see the overarching trend that we have right now from the type of the dogs, what do you fear the German Shepherd is going to be in 10, 15 years? What do the dogs look like in a decade and a half or 2 decades from now? If we follow
Yeah,
down this path that we are.
yeah, if we follow down this path where we are going to have the Chinese dogs in Europe. This is just
I'm
how it is.
laughing, but I'm not laughing. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But this is for me a problem. We will have the type of dogs that the Chinese have is going to look the same in Germany
And this is
in all
unbelievable
over the
soft
world.
power projection from the Chinese accounts.
Yeah, and it's like I think that would be a disaster for the workability of the German Shepherd, and I hope and pray that this is not the way we will go. I hope that we get back to some senses, and we say, everybody says that a middle powerful dog with a good shaped head and a good, it's enough. We don't
Yeah.
need these overtype dogs. This is enough. But today, I think when you say middle powerful, everybody, oh wow, oh, that's not good. Middle powerful. And
It's like a female.
yeah. And I think we need to come back where we are, where 80% are middle powerful and
Yes.
20% are powerful, and then we can do the work. And if you want a powerful dog, then let it be big.
Yeah. Sure.
Just say that the size is like a short croup or any
Yeah.
other problem in the
Yeah,
dog.
exactly. So
Just
we really didn't, when we talked about the size problem, now going into that, hopefully this is not too political for people and it doesn't make people too uncomfortable. We didn't really have a size problem in the breed. We created an artificial problem with size, which somebody could solve. And now we've created real problems that have come because of that.
the big problem we have that the Germans did to themselves.
They did it to everybody. They did it to us too.
Yeah, but of course they did. But for us, I can go to oversized male
Sure,
that is
yeah.
67 and breed my female. I said, I
Right.
need this bone length, I need this from
Yeah.
this dog. So I go there. The Germans cannot. They have a
Yeah, they have this
size
Zuchtwert.
Zuchtwert.
Yeah.
So instead of saying, taking the measure and saying this dog is 67, they say this dog is 64.5.
Yeah.
So because if he's 67, he can only breed females that are 53 centimeters big. So he will not breed anything.
They don't exist
So
in Germany anymore.
so instead, you have dogs that are, we don't need to name names, that have
No.
been big and
Yeah.
bred very good dogs with
Yeah.
very good proportions.
High
And then
placing
you have
dogs.
had dogs that are 1 centimeter or 2 centimeters smaller, that they
Yeah.
say it's 66.5,
Yeah.
needs to be on place after the 31st.
Yeah.
So if you do it, then be, for everyone the same.
No, it's not
And
possible.
but now we have this thing. I'm not scared using a big dog. I'm just not scared about it because I have small females, so I'm not
Sure.
scared about it. And you want this length of the bones, because I want bones on my dogs. I don't want to,
Yeah.
like a corgi or something. That's not my
Yeah.
dog. It's not my breed, so I don't want it.
Yeah.
But I think this is a problem that's been done, and as you said, they dealt with it,
Yeah.
and
Dealt with
uh,
it.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
and now we are where we are, because it's like I said, we want the 64 dog with a 68 head and
Yeah.
bone
Yeah.
structure.
Yeah.
And that this is not possible. This is just, this. Then the proportion gets where we are today. It's
Yes.
just, yeah,
The other fallacy of the size Zuchtwert that we slightly touched was the sizes, for the most part, were all lies, and we all know that this is like the worst kept secret in the breed. It's the dogs are measured, especially these top dogs, they're all measured at 65, 64, when in reality, like you mentioned, the dog is 67 or 68 centimeters, and the records reflected 64.8 centimeters. And
yeah,
it's, everybody knows this, but we still continue with this fallacy. And all the sizes that were taken into the system were all these fake recorded sizes, which everything is based off of. So when your input data is wrong, how can you use that as a metric for anything? It's
no, of course,
it's literally a
no,
problem that you created for the breed instead of
yeah,
solving any problem that was there.
yeah, yeah,
And
because
in
we have always had big dogs,
yes,
always.
yeah,
Escodenschnupf was not a small dog.
no, Erasmus was not
Patur
a
was
small
not a
dog.
small dog. Whiskey was not a small dog.
No, no,
But we've never had a oversized problem in the race. Of course we have had some big dogs, oversized dogs, but if you look overall, the problem of the size of the dog has been not the problem that we needed to
no,
address at this level
no,
that we have done.
no. No, it was
Not
an
really, anyway.
artificially created problem. I think it was an
Yeah,
artificially created problem. No matter
yeah,
what the breed wardens and the top judges need to say about it, because if you're so comfortable in falsifying sizes at the basic level and still having those dogs put up and call this, I'll give you an example. Like, I'll personalize this. So there was I'll not name names, but there was a dog that I really loved, was near and dear to my heart, that was shown in Germany. This dog was 65 and a half centimeters. I measured him, and I've had multiple judges had measured him multiple times at different shows. And even I was present at his breed survey. I saw the measurements that were taken on the breed survey. The dog was 65 and a half centimeters, recorded in his paperwork. And it was, of course, in the critique, it was written large, strong, large, medium, strong, substantial dog, blah, 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 so on and so forth, correctly. It was recorded in the breed survey. This dog goes to a Ziga show. I'm not even going to say the country which Ziga show he was in. And he places in the middle ring, like it's not, he's not in the he's not in the top 20 dogs. And the dog that is in front of him and the dog that is directly behind him, they're maybe 2 inches bigger than him. He is the anomaly. So the sizes go like this, boom, he's there, and then the sizes go up again. And the judge at the event says, this is a medium-sized dog. So I'm not sure if his scales were wrong or if in Germany they use a different metric system. But it was like really jarring for me to see this, how big those dogs were, and they're comfortable calling them medium size. So obviously there was not really a size problem, because at that time, this is like almost 20 years ago, over 20 years ago, the dogs were still in correct proportions,
Yeah.
even though
Yeah.
they were.
Yeah. But the proportions were right on the
Yeah,
dogs.
absolutely,
That's
absolutely.
what
They
I
had
mean.
longer legs than the
Yeah.
chest. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's what I mean. That when we pressure down the size
Yeah.
and still wanted this massive power, it's
Yeah.
not working out. We can see it
No.
now. It's not working out. And
No.
this with saying that they are middle-sized dogs.
Yes.
Well, yeah, sure.
At
But
what cost?
we say to all the dogs now in the top in Germany that they are middle powerful dogs. If you
Right.
put this middle powerful dog beside a middle powerful dog from the 90s or the early 2000s, he would look like a mastiff compared
Yes.
to that. So the middle powerful has become extremely powerful.
The
So
goalpost has shifted.
yeah, so when you say middle powerful today, like if you read the scripts from the German Sieger show, most of the dogs says middle powerful, even if
Yes.
they are very powerful.
Yes.
And so what you say and what you see are two
Yeah.
different things.
I'm almost afraid of seeing a dog that is very powerful if these are middle powerful dogs.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. But it's that's why we have this discussion, and I
Yes.
think that's a discussion we need to have.
Yes.
And
It's a hard one, definitely. This is not going to get a lot of fans, I'm sure.
no, no, I don't think so either. That we will have a lot of friends after this, but still, it is we do this because we love the sport
Yes.
and our race. It's
Yes.
and
Absolutely.
it's like I said, it's not that everything is bad.
Yes.
Far
No, no,
from
no.
it. Far from it. Everything is
Yes.
not bad,
No,
but
no,
we
no.
need to address the problems when we see them,
Absolutely.
and this is a problem we need to address because
We
if you
have to
look at
hold up the mirror to
yeah,
ourselves sometimes.
yeah.
Yes.
If you
So,
look at the
mhm.
video from Dingo von Hausjero, Iso von
Yeah.
Bergmannshof, this
Yeah.
was mid powerful dogs
Markhaus
that
weg.
were that were firm and
Yeah.
dry,
Yeah.
and a German Shepherd should run all day with sheep all day, and
Absolutely.
yeah,
What's
and
really what's
I
really
would say
exciting is mhm, when you see
I would
videos
say that
from.
this.
Go ahead. Sorry, I keep interrupting you.
Yeah, it's no problem. I say like I just look at myself, like I told you before, you know, uh, I'm 110 kilos. Do you think I will run a marathon? And if I do it, if I try it, how
Right.
hurt would my knees and my back and everything be? And this
Yep.
is the same with the German Shepherd dog that are 45 kilos heavy.
Yeah.
It's not going to run in the woods for 8 hours. You can
No
forget it.
chance. No
No,
chance.
they will get broken.
Yeah.
And so we need to address this problem because it's still a working dog,
Yeah.
primarily a working
Yeah.
dog that should have also the agility to do the work.
Yes.
This is
So
my
mhm, on the other hand, so we've discussed, the issues that we're at hand. We have at hand. We've held up the mirror. We've looked in the collar and all those things. What gives you hope currently? Or what are the lines, the breeders and individuals that you feel are working to correct the course? Where do you see the race when we take the right direction and we follow the right footsteps? Where do you see the race going? What are the good highlights about the breed?
well, the good highlights about the breed is the overall type of the dogs are more beautiful now than they were in the 90s.
Yeah.
The dogs are more beautiful, and we are now getting to a point where the back angulation are getting better. I have to give the SV that they've done the work with the back angulation. Of course, we have some dogs, but overall, it's getting better all the time. So I think that gives me hope that they can also change this direction with the dogs, that we
Yes.
can have this discussion openly and honestly, and that they take it to heart and they can change the direction of the dogs in the future. And the only ones that can do that is the judges and the SFAO. That's and maybe the WSFAO, at least at the end, SFAO is the German Shepherd dogs. Well, there's where the standard is set, and they
The
need
ultimate
to.
authority.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the ultimate authority for it. So I have hope for it, and then of course I trust the breeders see this now and do something with it, and it's like I said, I breed powerful dogs with my females that I need to breed them to. So it's not that I say that these dogs should not be in our race. We just need to come to a point where we say that the middle powerful dog is enough. He's enough to be in the top group and by the first five. He's enough to be recognized as a good dog, and that's where I think we need to go. That the middle size, that they don't need to be big, powerful to get a high place on the Sigi show or like this. It's just. That's my mind where we need to go, and I hope that we are going to come there. But if we don't, then we will have a big problem in 10 to 15 years.
So you've had many decades in the breed. You've pretty much your entire life you've spent with the breed, with you and your family. What advice or practical advice would you give to young breeders that are coming in and who want to produce dogs that are both successful in the conformation and can be functional working dogs anatomically?
I would say first, when I started with German Shepherd in the early times, in the beginning, I had a very good mentor. My mentor was called Krug von Haus Sommerlade. He was 20 years captain for the German IGP team, and I learned a lot from him. So I think get yourself a good mentor that and then look at the dogs that you want to breed. First and foremost, get the strong female line, because the female line will build you the success that you will have in the future. And then look for the males that fit to your female, that have a little more drive, that is a little better, that does a little better, and then here speak to people like me that has made a lot of mistakes over the years, and learn from their mistakes. And so I think that's the thing I would say to young breeders that want to go into the breed, that get yourself a good help and around you, and people that you can speak with honestly, and that will also help you with the right choices if you want to help.
So that's a great point. So could you please expand on what would make a good mentor for a young breeder? Who would be a good mentor? What qualities should they look for in that person?
I think a mentor should be honest with you, straightforward, honest with what you breed and what you look at, and of course a mentor that has a lot of experience in the breed, that could help you succeed with what you are trying to do. Yeah, well, you have a lot of good people in the breed. It's from all over the world. You have super people. So I think if you want to, you will find somebody good. But the most important thing is that they are honest with you, and they can tell you that you really screwed this. You really screwed this up. This was not good.
Right,
It's hard sometimes, but it's like Carl said to me, what, how did your thoughts go here?
right,
Yeah, well, what do you mean? Yeah, you see, this is not you didn't think through this enough before you bred. So I had a good relationship with him, and he, of course, because he was the national team leader for Germany for so many years, I met a lot of top people in the IGP business and top dogs. I saw them train. I was so I think that was really luck for me that I met him very, very early on as a breeder, and he took me under his wings, and he helped me a lot in the beginning, and it was he was the best. The family was the best. The Krug family was super. Really, I
That's
was
beautiful.
like a son. That they treated me like a son. I was there when I went to breed, and the female was early. I lived there for 5 days, and you know, it was like that type of relationship. I
That's
wish
fabulous.
everybody could have it and
Yes.
experience it, but I was lucky enough.
Those were better times.
That was very, very special times. I will never
Yes.
forget them, yeah, the
I
call
think
and was something special for me.
when we look back, I think people were also less self-absorbed at that time. Right now, it's I don't know for what reason it seems like in the age of social media, everybody is the hero of their timeline, and people seem to be more self-absorbed with what they're doing. I think maybe it's all the digital stimulus that they're getting all the time because they're, your dopamine is always high because you're constantly looking to satisfy it by scrolling and this and that. So there's not real human connection as it used to be, so much so. I mean, I think I'm a generation and a half after you, and I also benefited greatly because I came before the advent of social media when it was so pervasive in our lives. And I think
Yeah,
these young breeders today are unfortunately afflicted by, how would you say it, influencer culture. They all want to be influencers and they don't
yeah.
want to learn.
No, but then also this with the social media and the pictures and everything. We have to be honest. We look at the pictures,
Yes.
and it doesn't reflect the dogs.
No, it
And
does not. No. Far
much of the
cry from it.
problem much of the problem also with the pictures is that many of the pictures made the dog look heavier than they are,
Yeah. Yeah.
and
Yeah. Yeah.
so we have ourselves a little bit to blame for what
Yes.
we put out, and
Yes.
people see the German Shepherd dog and say, "Oh, this is a disgrace! What's happening
Yeah.
to this race?" And but it is not a disgrace. We just need to
Right. No.
pull back a little bit and work on
Absolutely.
what we need to fix for the future. And we will
Absolutely.
always have something to fix, always,
Yes.
all the time.
Yeah.
It's
It's a work in
just
progress.
yeah, but because we are so many people all over the world that really loves what we do, and we can change the direction. We can do what we
Yes.
want. In the end, we
Yes.
can do what we want, and that's what I think is the most beautiful thing with it, that we can change and we can do what we want in the end,
It's a
and
fixable problem if you want to fix it.
yeah, yeah, it is. And of course, now we have the sport is getting smaller and smaller. We looked how many dogs that were coming to start this year on the Bundesliga Zuchtschau. It was 756, and that's
Oh gosh,
included
yeah.
the HGH class
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
and
Long
every
coats
dog.
and
Yeah,
long coats.
long coats, every dog.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
of course, it gets smaller and smaller, and the group that should have dogs to breed to, and they are also the same people all the time.
Yes,
It's the
yes, very
same
much
people
so.
all the time. That
A lot of back
so
scratching.
yeah, of course, but it's a sport that has also to do with connections,
Yeah,
and it's the same for everybody. Of course, if you are famous, that people
yeah.
know you, and then you will always have a. But of course, we are these successful guys doesn't take a dog in their leash that is not good.
Sure. Good would be maybe subjective. Good
Yeah,
in the way off what would fit the popular consensus at the time. And there's a lot
Yeah,
of social
yeah,
pressure on the judge, let's be honest, a lot of times from the outside, from his peers. If he puts up a like, I remember there was an event, let's not, you were at the show, and some popular dogs didn't place as well as they'd hoped to place.
yeah,
And some unpopular, the unfamous dogs and some unfamous people finished ahead of them, and there was a big stink about it that those quote unquote popular people made at a event recently in Europe, and the judge basically was affected. They took action against him with their famous friends, and the judge had to pay for it, for his opinion, for putting the right dogs in front.
yeah.
So
It's
it's
true.
again, it's a lot of social pressure on the
Yeah,
judges to make these popular people win, because then they will feel the pain later on.
yeah. But of course, today it's not like it was before.
Yes.
It's 55% from on the Sieger show from foreign countries. It's not
Yes.
like
Oh yeah.
before. Then it
No,
was
no, 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 no.
98% from
Yeah.
Germany. Now it's
Yes.
55% from foreign countries on the German
Right.
Sieger show.
But when we say foreign countries, it's still Europe. It's not really, there's not a dog coming from, let's say, Thailand or Japan, born and bred there, and it's coming and, showing those dogs, those foreign dogs are still based in Germany. Most of these foreign, non-German nationals have moved to Germany to be integrated in the system. So even though they might have different sounding kennel names than German kennel names, but those dogs are still very much breeding in Germany and are part of the zeitgeist, so to speak.
Yeah, but before you wouldn't take the top people,
Yes.
if we talk about the absolute top people, would
Yes,
never
yes,
take a
yes.
dog from a foreign country.
That's
Today
true.
they go everywhere and search for the
They're
superstar.
looking for the dog, yeah.
Yeah,
That
and then
fits the mold.
and then they pick it home. So
Yes.
that wasn't the case before. The
No.
Germans had German dogs. They didn't
Yeah,
have foreign dogs.
that's
But
right.
today we have a lot of foreign dogs that are going very, very high on the German Sieger show.
True,
Uh,
true.
and and with all right also that they are going high on the Sieger
We
show.
had
But
a Seeger just a couple of years ago that was not a German dog.
yeah, we have a lot of Siegers now that's
Yeah,
not
yeah.
German
Right,
anymore.
right. Yeah.
So I think that's a good thing that
Yeah.
the foreigners get a little bit invited. But as you say, many of these dogs are from Brazil or from somewhere else, but they live and are, of course, in Germany with top people all the time. So
Yes.
I think, but it's a good development that we from rest of Europe or from other countries can come to Germany and have a little bit of success.
It
So
looks possible. It's like it fires up the hope neurons.
yeah. And yeah, and it's like I said, I love what I do, and you always live on hope. The next one, the
Yeah,
next
that's right. That's
superstar,
right.
the next. I have 4 weeks old puppies, and I look and I say, oh, maybe next year on Sigi Show, maybe.
Right.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
That's how it is.
So how we started the conversation with the phrase that you mentioned, the German Shepherd is a working dog. So what does this phrase mean to you personally, and how does it shape every decision that you make as a breeder? To bring it back.
Well, I think as a breeder, we have always thought about the mentality of the German Shepherd dog. I mean, it's I had the fortune to have the police dog of the year, 96 in Sweden.
Wow.
I have a police dog that I sold that now died. It was 14 years. What's 9 years in the police in Sweden? So we of
And this is
course.
a show line dog, just to
This is
clarify.
showline dogs.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is showline dogs. And of course, when you have these type of dogs, you understand what good mentality is. I
Yes.
had this Bismarkhof Oscar. He was IGP3, no, IPO3, Schutzhund 3, FH1. He made in IPO3, he made 296 points. and
Wow.
he qualified to the German Bundesliga-Prüfung, this dog.
Wow.
So of course we know what good mentality is, and
Yes.
with 30 years in the breed, I also know what not good mentality is.
Right. Of course. There's
This
enough
is
of
just
it.
how it is. We don't
Yes.
breed super dogs all the time, but
Yes.
me and Jessica knows what we want,
Yes.
and we've tried to make decisions to get there all the time, but it's, of course we're not successful all the time, but this is what we want. And last year on the Swedish Seeger Show, we had 13 dogs in the working class that did bite work and everything, and it's just not so many breeders in Sweden that's had that ever in Sweden.
I mean,
And
it made my head
the
spin.
population was bigger
When you
before,
told
much bigger.
when you told me about this, it made my head spin how many dogs you had for bite work. The only other
Yeah.
person I can think of on the top of my head is the gentleman from Italy, from Vebachtal. That has always a half a dozen dogs going for bite
Stefano,
work.
he's a good friend.
Stefano, yes.
Yeah, it's a good friend.
And he's a good guy too. And
Yeah.
it's with his, his heart is in the right place with the dogs.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
and I was getting to myself really smug about having bite work with 4 dogs in one show till I heard about yours, and I'm like, okay, I give up. I'm not trying to compare anymore.
Oh, that was a blessed year. That was something extremely special, and of course it's not, we don't do it alone. We have a top team, and
Yes, of course.
but of course you need to have the mentality on the dogs. We are not a big breed. We have somewhere between 3 and 4 litters a year. So it's not like we have 20 or 10 or so. So it's a lot of work, but like I said, we have a good team, and we try all the time to address the mentality on the dogs. And that's why I think we have had 13 dogs on the Seeker Show for bite work, because like Stefano, you think about it all the time.
Yes.
It's not only that, oh, the dog is beautiful. You always think about this with workability, with the movement, that they can, for a long time, that they're not too heavy, that they're not, so, and if you think about it and you live by it and you try to do that, you will have success in the end. That's just
always thinking about the overall blueprint of the dogs, not just physical looks, but also what the dog has in here, what the dog has for health, who he comes from, and who he might bring for the future. So
I think that's the right way to go. That's the right way to go for me, for us. Think about the whole dog, the conception of the whole German Shepherd dog, not only the individual, but the whole dog. It's like the male we have puppies after now. He comes from a big litter, and they are, I think, 7 or 8 are X-rayed in the litter. Everybody is top hips and elbows. It's 6 or 7 has already IGP 1 and Körung from the litter.
That's perfect. That's beautiful.
And the same is from the female that we have, the Elaine. She has 5 or 6 IGP in her litter. I think 5 or 6 IGP in her litter from the E litter by us. 4 from this 5 has done bite work on the Swedish Seeger Show the same year, 4 siblings. And so you try to match it so you get the next generation. You keep the workability in the dogs.
Which is commendable, that you not only have high quality offspring, but also high mentality offspring across the spectrum. This is really commendable.
Thank you. That's what we want to breed, and I think that's what we should expect from a good German Shepherd dog.
This would be a good pointer for people that are coming into the breed, or new breeders that are aspiring breeders. Don't just look at the dog, look at the family of the dog, the immediate family of the dog, not which line breeding is present in the dog, but which siblings of the dogs are doing well, how their siblings from other litters turned out, what the mother has produced previously, so on and so forth in the family.
It's a family breed, I would say. It's the same with our female line. It's 5-6 generations now, 6 I think now, that's going
Yeah.
into the breed, and of course we know a lot because we have the
Sure.
same.
Yes.
So you have a little bit of ideas what you are going to use, and it's not like I'm sitting here and saying every dog I breed is super mentally or is
Yes.
super anatomically. It's of course that's not the case, and that's quite easy to understand if you know how a pedigree looks. If you
Yes.
take a 10 line pedigree and
Yes.
you put it on the table,
Yes.
I will pick out in every pedigree, I would say almost every pedigree, 5
Right.
dogs that are not smart enough to be a German Shepherd.
Right. 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 Right.
So, and sometimes in 10 lines, you line breed these dogs also.
Yes. Oh yeah. Over and over again.
So then, of course, with all the best intentions, you get a smack on your head because they come back and bite you in the ass.
Yes.
And this is just how it is. This is just
Yes.
breeding. And we have to be honest with it. And it's like I always say, if you're honest with your own shit, you can do something and address it. If you say,
That's
"Oh
true.
oh, I'm a super breeder. I have super dogs," and then you found nirvana. Just stop. Just stop there. Just stop there.
Might as
Just
well quit.
yeah, yeah. Quit while you're ahead, and
Yes.
then that's just how it is.
No, you're 100% right. And that's why it is called the art of breeding. There's no real exact science to it. You must have a feel for it.
Yeah, yeah.
And another important thing you said is having a great team around you. So can we touch a little bit on that?
Yeah, sure.
Can you please expand on that about the people that you have around you in the sport and that
Well,
have your
first I
dogs
have
that make all the success possible for Bismarckhof?
Yeah, it's I have fantastic puppy buyers that have
Hmm.
that are interested in what we do, and we have open training for our buyers, also the new buyers, so they can
Yes.
come. When we come to autumn and the winter is not that much, we go to an indoor arena and train once a month or something. But when we come to autumn, then it's maybe 2 times a week, and when we come to closer to the season, it's even more training. And we have
Right.
good figurants for bike work. We have good show people, and we have a very, very close net team with everything from top handlers. We have 2-3 top figurants, and of course this makes all the difference for us.
Yes.
It's so many people that has done so much work for us over the years that has built our success, because me and Jessica could never done it alone. It's
Sure.
not possible. And you see it also on this extremely successful breeders like Duval Ancin. Look at his people. Look at
Yeah.
David and these guys. They're the Gary or Robin or these are young guys, top
Yes.
guys, figurants. They are, it's of course, if you want the success, you need to have these people, and you need also to keep them happy. These
Yes. Of
people you
course.
need to keep happy, because
Yeah.
top people, if they can't get the things from you, they would get it somewhere else.
Yes. Absolutely.
So you need to
Absolutely.
always keep these people happy, and also it's like I said, sometimes we go out to eat,
Yeah.
and not only dogs, we go
Yeah.
out to eat. We go to the movies together, or we do something as a group to have
Building a
fun.
community.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah. That's I
and
think that is the most important part of it is having community building, which
yeah,
you cannot just rationalize it on the way off having just training twice a week and have it needs to be a deeper connection than just twice a week meeting and running dogs in a ring.
yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm very
Absolutely.
open also. I have a lot of friends with working dogs, a lot of
Yes.
figurants that have helped us over the years, a lot of friends that have working dogs and on a very high level, competing for the Swedish national team. And I have a good understanding with them. They understand what I want, and they
Yes.
help me with it, and I understand
That's
what they
wonderful.
want.
That's
And
wonderful.
and I think that's the thing you need to do. You need to have an open mind from all sides. Not,
Yes.
I'm a show people, you're a working
Right.
dog people, and we cannot have a good discussion. Of course we
Right.
can. Of course
At
we
the end
can.
of the day, we're all German Shepherd people.
Yeah, and we
Yes.
love what we do. That's why we
Yes.
do it. Otherwise, we could give our money somewhere else, go to
That's
Thailand
true.
on a trip or something.
That's true.
It's just I only travel 99%. I only travel when it comes to dogs.
Yep. 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 Sounds all
That's
too
just
familiar.
yeah. I've been to Vietnam. What did you do in Vietnam? Yeah, I was to dog show. Yeah, okay. I went to India. Yeah, I was to dog show. It doesn't matter where I go. I go for the dogs and for the people. I love
Right.
to meet new people, and I love to meet people from all over the world and see dogs from all over the world. And I think that's just it's a passion, and it's a privilege to do
You'd
it.
gone. You mentioned India. You'd gone to India, I think, a year ago to
Yeah,
judge a dog show in Punjab.
yeah,
Could
that's
you
right.
please? Could you please speak about that experience a little bit?
Well, we can start. I was there first time almost 10 years ago,
Yes.
in the south, absolutely in the south of India, on a show. And when I was there, I saw that the level of the dog was pretty normal.
Sure.
You had on the show maybe two good dogs, and then the rest were totally normal dogs.
Right.
And then I came back last year for judging. It was a real honor to go there to judge in India, and I think we had it was a big show, big show with a lot of dogs, and the quality was just not what I had expected. What happened in India in this 10 years was just amazing. It was just they had I mean, the first 5 6 dogs in every group was of really high quality. Of course, in the working classes it was a lot of
Sure.
dogs from Germany that was
Yes,
there,
of course.
like this, but
Yeah. Yeah.
still it has happened so much positive things in India that I was really surprised. I mean, I was really surprised when I came there to judge. It was really nice, and I love the people, and I love the food, and so I always love to come back to India, and I'm so happy I'm going there in 1st of October.
Oh,
So
that's wonderful.
yeah, it's really wonderful, and
Yeah.
like I said, when it's the level is going very much up in India. I would say also, if you look at the shows all over Europe, everything goes down, and
Yeah.
then you look at India and everything goes up in the
Right.
showplace.
Right.
It's still a lot of dog in India on the shows. So
Right. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. Over
I
like
think that's
close
really
to 200
positive.
dogs a show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we had 278 dogs or something on the
That's
show.
unbelievable for a local show.
Yeah,
That's unbelievable.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
Belheim doesn't have that kind of numbers anymore.
no, it was. I was just amazed when I came there, and it was so many people and so much dogs. I thought, what's happening here? But I thought it was fun because I see it declining everywhere.
Yeah.
Then I come to India and I see all the dogs, and also the quality is going up very fast. And
Right.
yeah, that was amazing. That was really a super trip for me.
That's fabulous. That's
Yeah,
fabulous. Well, at
yeah.
least there's some hope somewhere.
Yeah, yeah. But it is you've done it for a long time, and you see the decline, and of course you think it's sad. And when you have
Yes.
good dogs and you could do a competition like in Sweden, and you have 7 dogs in the working class, and you
Yes.
see you go in with your dogs, and the people are there, but 4 are not going into the ring. So
Right.
it's only 3 there, and I have 2 from the
Right.
3. And then
Right.
it's
Right.
not
Right.
that fun anymore. It's
True.
not this, because you want to have this feeling of a competition. You want to
Right.
have this measurement in what you do,
Absolutely.
and if you have uh, hard competition, makes the dogs better because
Right.
everybody hunts.
We all
When
grow
I
together.
Yeah, and when I started to breed really good dogs of high quality, I always had one or two breeders to hunt that was better than me, you know.
Sure.
So I always hunted them, and we had a lot of fun because two of them, one of them is a close friend of mine, Daniel,
Yes.
and I always tried to hunt him and be better than him, so I think it's for everyone this type of competition, not bad competition where you just
Right.
put down your competitor, but where you hunt the competitor and you want to, it makes you always want to breed better dogs. So
Right.
it's this type of competition is, I always think, it's very, very fun.
Absolutely. I think that's what the essence of the sport
Yeah,
is to have that type of competition and that camaraderie amongst each other.
yeah,
In
yeah,
the end, it brings everybody up because it brings the standard of the dogs up.
yeah, yeah. And I think I think I mean, I've gotten a lot of, but the dog sport have given me a lot of great things with traveling, with meeting people from all over the world. I have friends in the US, I have friends in India and Vietnam and China, and so you have it's like my friend in Israel. He says always, "Oh, come down to me and make a 1 or 2 weeks vacation with your wife," and you have so much possibility, and
Yeah.
I really love it, and I really
The global
really
community.
I met so many fantastic people throughout the sports all over the world, and
Yeah.
so I'm very blessed with that. I have to say, I'm just how many good and wonderful people there are in the dog
Yeah.
sport, from
Oh,
show and the
absolutely.
working lines, and
Without a doubt.
it's just amazing. It
Without a doubt.
amazes me every time.
I'm really happy to hear that side of it, and it's of course it's the same experience for me. It's my entirety of my life has been with German Shepherds and the German Shepherd people since I was not even a teenager. I've been involved in the sport, and now
Yeah,
I'm an old guy now. So
yeah,
so
yeah.
it's been
Thanks.
it's been such a tremendous experience for me to literally grow up in this community and come of age in this community and be thankful for the people that I have around me. And I'm, of course, very grateful for your friendship and your insights that you have always. So it's a good place to be in the end, I would say.
Yeah, I think so. I think
Yeah.
so, and that's why I'm always positive that we can change the direction if we want,
And
because
that's why
we
we are so
if
passionate about our animals.
yeah, and if we talk about it and we can address it together, then
Yes.
nothing is impossible. I think
Everything
nothing is
starts with
impossible.
dialogue. Everything
Yeah,
starts with the dialogue.
yeah,
Yeah.
but we have to speak about it. Otherwise,
Yes.
it's just everybody just sits there and says, yeah, yeah, this is not right and this is wrong,
Yeah.
and nobody says anything.
Yeah.
And I think the most healthy thing is to have a discussion about things that
100%.
we think are wrong or are going in the
Absolutely.
wrong direction.
Absolutely. And it's purely from the love of the breed. It's not malicious intent towards anybody. It's purely
No,
from the love of the breed to bring the breed back to its former glory that we had it at and to bring the community up along with it.
yeah,
So
I think
I
so.
really appreciate you taking the time to do this hard but important conversation. And I hope we do many of these in the future.
Thank you, my friend. I'm happy
Well,
to be here with
I
you.
hope you have a great evening.
You too, sir.
Thank you. Take care.
Bye bye.